Hey y'all, what's up and welcome, to the unplugged version of Miss Hip Hop. This is a little a bit of an interview of who I am. So let's get started, okay? All right. Where are you originally from? I am originally from Chicago, Illinois, South Side, Rosalind, 104th and State, Wow Hundreds, okay? Don't get me started, period. Cool, okay? Yeah, from the same place where D Rose grew up, in Roseland. And I am also from the same place of the rapper Kanye West. Mhm. All right, any more questions? Okay. How did you get the name Queen Star and Miss Hip Hop? Okay, so originally I got the name Queen Star from college. I attended Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. That's a HBCU, okay? Um, Basically, I would do a lot of open mics. I actually did the first open mic at Lincoln University, and it was like history from there. Like in any other open mics they had or any other events they had, I was always hosting, and I always did my poetry. I was really basically the name Queen Star came from my poetry writing. People called me, oh yeah, that's the queen of poetry, Queen Star. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a little, social club on campus called Spit That Hot Shit, and it was for all the poets of every race and color. With it being a historical Black college, we also had, people from all around the world, like from Brazil, Asia. You know what I'm saying? We had some European folks up in there because it was Missouri, the last slave state. So of course they were there on campus with us. They weren't living there, but they would be present like during the day and disappear at night. Okay, except for when it came to open mics. Yeah. Any more questions? How did you come up with the name of your podcast? Okay, so that's a really great question. The how I came up with the name for my podcast was like, ooh, boom. It was probably like 4 years ago now. I was on the Metro train, traveling from, my house to the city of Chicago because, I moved, woo, woo. And I was going to visit the lakefront. And as I was approaching my stop, this dude, he kept staring at me. I'm like, what is you staring at? Like, dang it. And so he just finally said, he was like, hey, yo, he was like, I like your jacket. And I'm like, oh, thanks. He said, is that yours? Like, meaning did I make it? And I'm like, no, whatever. He's like, oh, you should make, you know what I'm saying, clothes that say that or whatever. So the jacket I had on was a leather jacket with rhinestones on there. And it said, speak your mind. And I'm like, that's a good, little, advice or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll keep that in mind or whatever. Woo. 3 years later after that, I started my podcast called Speak Your Mind Radio, because that's the way I talk. You know what I'm saying? And so it just took off from there. I got my own clothing line, Speak Your Mind Radio, which y'all can click that link in my bio if you're on Instagram and you're following me, and then you can buy, some clothes or whatever, because that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Do you get nervous before interviews? That's a great question. Yeah, typically I do get nervous before interviews. I guess like the little Michael Jackson saying butterflies, I definitely get butterflies before each and every interview. I don't care if people think I make it look easy or what. I don't care who it is I'm interviewing, whether it's a celebrity or, you know what I'm saying, from my homeboy from around the way or whatever. Yeah, I get nervous before interviews because typically I don't want to be staring at my phone like, hey, yo, woo, woo. Like I want it to be more natural and everything like that. Like we just having a conversation, and also I don't want to mess up and stuff like that. So yeah, I get uber nervous giving interviews. So yeah. What's your favorite song out? Okay, my favorite song out right now is Peaches by Justin Bieber. And the reason why it's Peaches by Justin Bieber, because it's just a feel good song. It makes me remind me of, the high times living in Cali, wind in your hair, smooth breeze, walking down, by the water and everything like that, riding on a little scooter. You know what I'm saying? Just being with my family and stuff like that. It just really brings back a lot of memories of me and my nephew just having fun together in Cali. And then also I like the song, the meaning behind the song, because it kind of reminds me of like a sweet Georgia peach. You know what I'm saying? His new album out, he implemented two parts of Martin Luther King's speeches in his album. People didn't understand why he did that, but it was his way of talking about the activities and everything that's going on now with Black people and for justice and freedom. And Martin Luther King's I Had a Dream, like this is it. Like everybody gets involved. You don't get a chance to ignore what is going on right now because the state of society says that we're in a civil war. I mean, not civil war, excuse me, but civil rights movement #2. So like pay attention. All right. What's your favorite song out? I just answered that. What you talking about? What's your relation to Kanye West? Okay, so my relation to Kanye West is through my mother. My mom went to Chicago State University, and that's what Donna West taught. She was a professor, and that was my mom's professor. And my mom would always come home to me and tell me stories. The times I didn't go to school with her, was real small or whatever. She would tell me like, oh yeah, Donna was talking about her son, Kanye. And I'm like, Con who? Because you said the whole class be saying, Con who? Like, how you say that? And so she was like, yeah, he's going to be a famous rapper. He does music, he does beats. Da, 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 da. I'm like, for real? And she was like, yeah. So you feel me? Like a couple of years that went by or whatever. And then Kanye actually came out the box. And my mom gave me one of his first CDs. She was like, "No, listen to him. This is where I was telling you, my professor was telling me about her son." I'm like, okay. So I started listening and I fell in love with the poetic version of Kanye West because I'm a poet too. And I just instantly fell in love with it. So that's my relation to Kanye West. Okay, period. Next. Why do you consider yourself a gateway to music? Okay, so I consider myself not just only the gateway to music, but more like a gatekeeper, boo. I've been doing this for the podcast for more than 2 years. Get it, boo, you know what I'm saying? But like just listening to music, period, all my life, and getting a deeper meaning of the music, the words behind the music, and not just, bopping my head because it's a nice beat. That's good, cool too. But I really want to know like what the artist meant by this line or that line because it's the poet in me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tupac, period. Okay. Yes. Gatekeeper of music for sure. What is your advice to young artists to develop and grow over time? Okay, that's a good question. My advice to young artists to grow and to develop over time is to hone your craftsmanship, meaning never stop adding on to what you already know. Polish your craft very nicely. So when it's really time that you get that opportunity to present to somebody, you know exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. #2, I would say if you're real serious about your work and your music, you need a publicist, okay? You need someone that's going to help you distribute the music out there. You need someone that's going to help you get these interviews going. You need someone that's going to have your back just as much as you have your own back. You feel me? Because the first part of believing is believing in yourself. And then yes, the rest shall follow. You got to find your tribe of people that love you too. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna love you if you love yourself. yourself, period. That's it. Okay. All right. Who is your favorite rapper? Oh, all right. So my favorite rapper out right now is Doja Cat. Yes, I said Doja Cat because that bitch can rap, sing, and act. Okay, she does it all. She got impeccable breath control on stage. Like, you feel me? Like, how many artists that is literally singing and dancing at the same time without doing these little funky ass voiceovers? I mean, no disrespect to the ones that that ain't on that level, but Doja Cat is dope like that. Like, I'm saying, the body is right, the breath control from the abdomen, and then she sing it and she know how to rap too. Oh my God. She's a freaking beast. Like, seriously, she's a machine. She's a, oh God, Planet Her, y'all. Y'all need to go listen to that album, period, because she is definitely on some out of this world music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Doja Cat. Woo-hoo. What are your goals for the rest of 2021 and the start of 2022? Okay, so my goals for the rest of this year, 2021, is to remain active throughout social media and throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Getting started back with these interviews, talking to all types of artists from all over the world. Like, you feel me? South Africa. I know you hear me, boo. Yeah, it's a lot of great artists out there that they do their thing and they do take their craft like very, very seriously. Um, so the goal for the start of 2022 is basically get these contracts going. You know what I'm saying? I need, you know what I'm saying? I need an acting role, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be a little playwright, because I do that too. I've been on stage since I was 3 years old. Don't get it twisted, Poe. Okay. Get more active in things that I normally haven't attacked in a minute since college, basically, or since grammar school, really. Like I said, plays, trying to get a little documentary going for Speak Your Mind radio, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it all intact because I know God got me. I know He got many, 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 many blessings coming my way just because the start of Speak Your Mind Radio from a freaking podcast to an actual business, a LLC. Yes, I got my license, boo. You know what I'm saying? So let's get in tuned. So yeah, so be on, just keep on following me, keep on checking me out, keep on listening, keep on reaping these blessings because if you believe in me, I believe in you, and we gonna clash. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this very awkward interview. No, it was fun though. I wanted y'all to get to, know a little bit about Miss Hip Hop, you know what I'm saying, Queen Star, because it ain't always just about being the hostess with the mostest. It's about the creativity, and nobody can do me like I can do me. You heard me? Period. I know you felt that. All right, y'all, I gotta go, honey. Talk to you later.